Greetings. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host, and this is Community Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking with two people that you should know. We have Mrs. Sunday Williams, a CEO of the First Star Management Group of Homewood, Illinois. And to her left is Mrs. Nancy Johnson, CEO of Property Tax Reduction Services.
Yes.
Greetings, folks.
Greetings.
We're very happy that both of you have taken time from your very busy schedules to come with us in the Community Forum, the Comcast studio, to tell our listening audience about the professional work that you're doing. And I'll be learning right along with my guests about the services that you do provide. First of all, I'm going to start with you, Sunday. Tell our listening audience a little bit about your personal and professional background.
Wonderful. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity. It's a pleasure and a privilege of being here today. I am the owner of First Star Management Group of Homewood. I've been doing customer service for the last 9 years, putting people to work. At the call center, we deal with helping people, of course. I'm a single mother of 3 sons. So my personal life is busy along with my business life, but I'm grateful. So at the call center, we have 25 customer service representatives that's taking incoming calls and outgoing calls to help the community on different services that First Star provides. From helping with lowering their property taxes, dealing with Nancy, I have a contract with her, of course. Dealing with senior services, from homemaking services. A lot of seniors get put out the hospital or, don't have anyone to help them with their home or getting picked up from the hospital. And when they get home, they don't have anybody to care for them. Prepare their food, pick up their medication. So at First Star, we have a homemaking division that help a lot of seniors with that program.
Well, what piqued your interest in First Star Management Group?
Well, first of all, I have a grandmother who's 85 years of age.
Wow.
I love her dearly, and I'm realizing that a lot of seniors need help, by helping my grandmother, seeing a lot of seniors in the community. And so that piqued my interest. Someone came into the call center. I was doing something else, to travel business, and someone came in and introduced me to helping with seniors. And I said, well, what do I supposed to do, blah, blah, And so they was like, seniors need help. They can need snow removal, picking up their medication, taking them back and forth to the doctor. And I was like, wow, that's interesting. And not knowing that there's so many seniors that is in need of services. And then, so we're doing 2 things. Not only are we helping the seniors, but we're employing people. There's a lot of people that is on the unemployment line that love helping people, that love helping the community, that have the heart to help seniors. So it's 2 things that's going on. Not only are we employing people to help, but we're helping people. So it's a double blessing at the same time.
Fantastic. Well, before we get too far into First Star Management Group, I'm going to let Nancy Johnson tell us. I'm going to give you the same opportunity that I gave Sunday. Tell our listening audience a little bit about your personal and professional background.
Well, as Sunday said, thanks again for inviting us out. My name is Nancy Johnson, CEO of Property Tax Reduction Service. We have been lowering property taxes nationwide for over the past 7 years. Lowering property taxes for residential, commercial, and nonprofit organizations. What we do is we make sure that homeowners, businesses, and nonprofits are paying their fair and equitable share in property taxes. Most people don't know that Illinois pays the second highest property taxes in the nation.
Wow.
So what we do is we make sure their assessments are correct. We make sure that their exemptions are correct. If there's any property data error going on with their properties, we correct that for them. And so that's what I've been doing, and I love it because some people are losing their homes due to over-assessed and high property taxes. And so that's what I do. On a personal note, I am a mom of 2 boys, a grandmother of 2. I have a two-year-old granddaughter and a 1-year-old granddaughter. My oldest son is 29 and my youngest is 11. And so there were 16 of us. There was 8 brothers and 8 girls.
Wow.
Born and raised in the south suburbs. I started property tax reduction service as a real estate investor. So lowering property taxes on my own properties, I had to make a profit. So that's how I learned the property tax business, making sure that not only myself can keep profits in my pocket, but other people as well.
Well, what happened to the girls? I think Sunday you mentioned you had 4 boys.
I have 3 sons.
3 sons.
No 4 boys. Oh, please, no more. No, I have 3 sons. I have a 10-year-old, I have a 17-year-old, and a 20-year-old. So
Okay.
3 sons.
And Nancy, you have 2 sons.
2 sons, 29 and 11.
See, I was the only child, so
Oh, wow.
they tell me, my wife tell me I was spoiled, but I don't think I was spoiled.
Yeah,
sure you
it was
were.
spoiled. It was spoiled.
Is there a daily agenda for, let's start with you, Sunday, that you have when you go to work in the morning, you have the outline what you're going to be doing?
Yes, sir, absolutely. When I go to the office, of course, I have a meeting with the management team on how to proceed, on who to reach, what areas, what community, how the calls that we need to take in, to make sure everybody is taken care of, from emails to phone calls to following up with the seniors, making sure that their care was taken care of. So there's a morning agenda with the management team first, and then we have a small pep talk with the call center employees as well.
What about you, Nancy? Is there a daily agenda that you follow?
Well, prayer is first, and
Yes,
Sunday
of course.
too. Prayer first, because I can't do nothing without the
God,
directions
yes.
of God. And then at the office, the same thing, similar setup for Sunday. But I do a lot of networking, so does Sunday. So I always try to make sure that throughout the week that I'm networking at least one day out the week.
Yes.
Once I get the staff acclimated to making sure whatever deadlines are open, because with the property tax business, everything is deadline oriented, and it goes by your township. So we want to make sure that all the townships are correctly filed and all of that. So we want to make sure that every deadline is met, all the follow-up calls, any potential new clients. So we're following up with them, we're notifying them of any changes. So we just want to keep abreast of all of our clients. We have different team networking events. We actually have a prayer at the office as well. We
Yes.
pray every morning at the
Yes.
office as well. So
Yes.
Fantastic.
yes.
And Sunday, I think you mentioned you're a member of the Apostolic Faith.
Apostolic Church of God, yes. Pastor is Dr. Byron Brazier. Grateful to be under his leadership.
He's well known.
First Lady Brazier, yes. Grateful for that. Been at the church now for 28 years. Been in a different ministry. I'm in the senior nursing home ministry. I go there on Sundays to pray with the nursing home ministry as well. I used to be in the Grace ministry, helping the young ladies. And then when I was married, of course, I was in a marriage ministry as well. So they have some wonderful programs. I'm grateful again to be there. Strong leadership team, strong prayer life. Also, Nancy and I have a prayer call on Tuesday nights that we invite people at 8 o'clock
8
for
p.m.
prayer.
And it
You know,
does work, right?
And
Yes,
prayer
prayer
works.
works.
Without prayer, I don't understand how people get through life. I'm constantly praying. Say pray cease without praying. So
Okay.
I'm constantly praying,
Yes.
daily and night.
Yes.
Well, dealing with small and large businesses, how do you grow your businesses?
Well, me specifically, I hired someone like Sunday, her call center,
Yes.
and
Okay.
she markets for us. She sends out, she has a large database of calls and different people that she already
Yes.
solicits to, and so
Yes.
she does that for our property tax business. I belong to several organizations throughout the state of Illinois and nationwide. I'm an International Assessing Officer Association. I belong to a lot of local business associations, and I network a lot. So I'm always going at least once a week or twice a week out to different organizations so that people know who we are
Yes.
and what we do, because the word has to be out. You would be surprised how many people don't know
No.
about lowering their property taxes
No, at
and
all.
how it affects their mortgage payment.
Yes.
So you lower your property taxes, you lower your mortgage,
Mortgage
payment.
payment.
And evidently, you must have a passion, or anyone working in your field have to have a passion for what you're doing, right?
Yes, because we're fighting against governmental entities. Unfortunately, Cook County is one of the most complicated property tax systems in the nation. And if you can do anything in Cook County, just like New York, you can do anything anywhere. So I have a passion because I have seen so many property owners losing their properties because of incorrect property taxes. And it's so sad that
Yes, it is.
people are leaving Illinois, not just because
Yeah,
of the high
yeah.
income taxes and sales taxes, but mainly because of the property taxes. Not only businesses, but homeowners.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, what type of staffing do each one of you have?
When you say staffing to employ people,
Employ,
well, we
yeah.
employ a customer service representative, again, to take the calls to handle for Nancy as well. We do answering services. We do get a contract with DirecTV. We have a contract with, of course, the homemaking. We help with social media. And so we always looking for new contracts to take calls. So there's a lot of companies out there that have an overflow of calls, and people was on hold for hours just waiting on
Yeah,
a representative.
yeah.
And so, we're looking for companies like that or small businesses that need to grow, and we have leads nationwide all around the world to help increase their business. So if it's a small business, they starting out, they don't know where to go, who to help with marketing, they can call me, First Star Management Group, and we can help. We just got a contract just recently with a demolition company who need help finding jobs to demolish, their property, a construction company. We also just got a contract with somebody with the ISO-T that's helping people lose weight that have high blood pressure. So this tea help people with high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, you name it. And so I just became a business owner last night
All right.
Well, congratulations.
to help with this tea to get the product out because it's saving a lot of lives. So I'm just always grateful for new opportunities
always
that
marketing.
help. Always marketing, always marketing. I mean, in having a business, if you don't market, you can't succeed. It's impossible.
Yes.
You need a marketing strategy. You need a marketing plan. You need people on your team to help you go to the next level. You can't do it by yourself. And a lot of people try to do it by themselves, and it's stressful. And it's frustrating. And in business, it shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be frustrating. You need a team of people to help you to go to the next level. So you have to trust somebody.
Well, tell us about the social media management, though. There's so many different
Things that we do
ways.
at the call center. Yes.
Yeah, a difference between when you started and now.
Yes, social media, oh my God, everybody is on social media. And what I like about our social media department, we have young youth that's doing the social media as well.
Okay.
Starting from 16-year-old to 30 years of age, and the young people know more about social media
Yes, they do.
than we know. If
Amazing,
you're not
yeah.
on social media, you are in a dinosaur area
Yes.
because social media get your business on, brand your name, brand your company, so people can be aware of what you do, how you do it, and who you are. And a lot of people, if you're not doing a mass marketing with a billboard or with
Right.
signs
TV,
everywhere and
radio.
TV and radio, because that can be costly,
Yes.
social media is the least amount of money you will pay somebody to do your social media.
Okay.
And they're doing it daily for you. They putting your name out. They putting things that you do on a daily basis. They branding your name. They branding your company, and they branding your services. So
Yes.
people can know where you at, how much you charge, what you do, and guess what? That's increasing your business. 50 or 75% of your business come from social media management.
Well, tell our listening audience about nonprofit.
A non-for-profit. Okay.
Yeah. So both of you involved with that,
Nancy,
right?
and then I got an award from Nancy, non-for-profit, last year. I had to go to
Yes.
Atlanta. That was so exciting
Yes.
because of so many things I did in the community.
Yes.
Not just because she thought I was, I'm her friend, but I did a lot of work in the community by putting a lot of people in Inglewood, felons to work, a lot of people who wouldn't take a chance with them. And, the crime rate in Inglewood and Chicago is just I mean, it was so many killings.
Yeah.
And so I partnered up with a pastor. We bought a school bus, and we put over 350 young men to work.
Wow.
And so that was part of the non-for-profit as well. Putting them to work, getting them off the street, stop the killing, you know, giving them an opportunity when nobody else would give them an opportunity because they had felons. And so that was a double blessing, because not only did we provide the transportation, we provided the jobs. And so the crime rate came down with that transportation. It was the Ride to Work Second Chance program. So with that, I deal with the homeless. We help with the homeless. We help feed the homeless. We deal with the seniors, which again, that's part of the homemaking services as well, providing them with food and providing them with services as well. Then we deal with the youth, you know, putting the youth back to work as well. So it's 3 components that we're working on now. I'm trying to, hopefully in 2019, have veteran homes, you know, veteran and senior homes where we have a veteran building where we can house the veteran. A lot of veterans is homeless.
Great.
And, you know, and with this building, I would like to have physical therapy in there. I would like to have them to play basketball, whatever, take them out once a week, you know, to playing games or whatever, going to the show, going to the museum, just get them back, you know, used to going
So
out.
the quality of life.
The
was
quality
what
of
you want
life.
to
Yes, right. You
improve,
know,
and-
they helped us, you know, and so we need to give back in multiple ways. And so hopefully next year, with donations, of course, I will
And
be
grants.
building, and grants, of course. Thank
Right,
you, Nancy.
right.
I will be doing the senior buildings next year, and the homeless and the veteran way of living.
You mentioned Nancy.
And so
Oh, go ahead. I'm
my
sorry.
nonprofit is the Adele Foundation. It's beautifully named after my mom. She's deceased. She was a giver, and so it's my giving sector of my life. The Adele Foundation, we have a youth mentoring program. We have a food pantry program. We have a women's ministry, a men's ministry. We have a home ownership program, so people who are trying to purchase homes, we help them out with that. As Sunday mentioned, we also have a diligence award ceremonies, which we have not done every year, but we're going to do it every 2 years. And what we do is we nominate people such as Sunday and ministries and people who are helping people, and we nominate them with the fruit of the spirits: gentleness, meekness, kindness, patience, love. So whatever they exemplify, we give them an award for that. And also, we partner with Lamad University, and we're going to be giving out degrees for those people who are not educated and want a degree. We can get them a bachelor's, a associate's, a master's, or a PhD program that for the Adele Foundation that's partnering with the Lamad University. So we're doing some good things to make sure that people have, they may be on this level, but we just want to take them up a couple of levels in life and try to deal with their entire spiritual, mental, physical, emotional whole being, and not just deal with one aspect, such as Sunday and myself. As you can see, we're dealing with the entire person,
Yes.
not just their properties, but their homes, their spirituality. I'm actually an ordained minister,
Oh,
so
congratulations.
and a minister of dance.
Yes.
So there's so many things that we do that we're just doing because we're called to do.
Well, what do you do in leisure time activities? Boy, you really
Well, I do a lot of meditation to relax my body.
Yes.
So I want to
Okay.
always hear my next direction. So I do a lot of meditation, just listening to what God would have for me to do. I watch TV here and there, but I don't do a lot of TV.
Okay.
Most entrepreneurs and most people, they don't want to fill themselves with a lot of negative things because there's a lot of negative things on TV.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I do have a child that's 11 years old. He's into different things. He's a singer. He loves to do tumbling. So I'm involved with him. I'm a married woman, a married man, married woman, and we travel a lot. So my R&R, my relaxation and recreation is travel. So
Yes.
if I'm not relaxing at home and taking care of my husband and my children and calling my grandchildren and from Indianapolis, I'm just meditating and just relaxing at home.
Yeah, your grandmother, you look 25.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, I have a two-year-old and a 1-year-old, Zaira and Lariah.
Great. You know, it's amazing how the memory of your mother, Adele, you mentioned,
Adele, yes.
still lives on.
It still lives on.
You know,
Yes.
Yes.
that's
it does.
that's fantastic. Well, I'm going to ask a few questions that my listening audience would probably want to ask,
Okay.
probably many more, but I just got a few. How does high property taxes affect your property owners?
Well, again, as I mentioned earlier, it lowers their mortgage payment. So once the property taxes are lowered, it lowers their mortgage payment. And then, like Sunday always says, you can use the money for what, Sunday?
Index annuities, traveling, fixing up your home. And a lot of people that we speak to at the call center, they haven't even went on a vacation for years because they don't have any extra money. So by sending it to Nancy, you know, she lowers their property tax and that's extra money in their pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and half of the seniors is on a fixed income. They don't even have money for food,
Yeah.
but they have all this savings that they didn't even know that they had. You know, so it's like hidden riches. You know, and so when they call the call center, we sent it to Nancy, and she's been such a blessing. Oh my God, for the seniors and for anybody else, the commercial, especially the businesses, they're really suffering. You
Yes,
know.
yes.
And back in March or May, almost 19,000 people, seniors, lost their house to property taxes.
Yeah,
And
so people are losing their houses
houses.
to property and properties to property taxes.
Because the taxes are
Are
so high.
That's why.
In other words,
it-
the property taxes are like a mortgage payment.
Yes,
Almost,
it
yes.
is. Yes, it is.
Yes, some people have saved. They taxes what, $12,000, $13,000, $15,000, $20,000,
$20,000.
$5,000, $3,000. I mean, you don't know until you call in to see
Yeah.
what someone can do for you. But if you don't know, because the word is not out, of course. So please, you know, share the word, let people know, share a
Property tax
friend, tell a
reduction.
neighbor, tell somebody.
And we do provide a free property tax
analysis.
analysis.
Yes.
Well, how do people find out about you? I know Community Forum is
Yes.
open
Well,
its
we've
doors.
done seminars. We've
you
done
know, but-
seminars. That
seminar.
Sunday. Sunday
It was on
has
the
a
radio,
huge
too.
office in Homewood.
Yes.
She has a very nice office, and so we've done seminars
Nice.
at her office. I've done it at different churches.
Yes.
I've done
Okay.
it at different colleges. I've done one at Prairie State.
Yes.
I've done.
Oh.
I partnered with different organizations, as I mentioned, associations that I belong to. They have me doing a property tax seminar.
Been on the radio, too, a
I
couple
had
times.
I had my own radio program
station.
on a Christian radio station
Station.
for 4 years
Yes.
called the Property Tax Reduction Show, and hour actually. And I did that
fantastic.
for about 4 years on a Christian radio station just to get people aware.
Yes.
Because so many people are unaware. They just get their property tax bill and they just pay
pay
their
it.
property tax bill, and they don't know they're losing their properties and that they can get their property taxes lowered.
Well, what is some of the criteria in getting your taxes lowered?
There's not a rhyme or a reason. If you have a property, we do an analysis and we can see which method. We use about 6 different methods to lower your assessments on your properties. So as long as it's brick and mortar and or land, we've actually lowered property taxes on the land. As long as they're paying property taxes, we're more than likely can lower those property taxes. And if we're not, we'll let you know by providing you with that complimentary property tax analysis.
This is fantastic. So you cover not only Cook County, but
Will County, DuPage, Kendall County. I've done New York, Pennsylvania, Florida. I've done Michigan, Wisconsin. So I've done a lot of different states that we can lower the property taxes. It's the same method, just different deadlines.
well, tell us about this. When does a reduction on property taxes take place?
So everything that we're doing for any of our clients, whether it's in New York or Chicago or New Hampshire, it's effective the next year. As property owners know, they're paying their 2017 taxes now, and we're 2018.
Okay.
So the best thing about it, we're fighting your 2018 taxes, but guess what? You don't pay your 2018 taxes till next year. So you have to fight your assessment 2018 in order to see the reductions in 2019.
Now, you get these reductions, but how long do they last?
Well, it can last anywhere from 1 to 3 years, depending on your triennial reassessment. So every 3 years, the Cook County assessor reassesses your property. So you can appeal your property taxes every year, but every 3 years, the county, depending on your reassessment schedule, can go up every 3 years. And then you can do it again, or you can appeal every year. We do have some clients, as Sunday know, that appeal with us every year because they just want to keep their property taxes low.
No, yes.
Okay. The process or guidelines for different townships, are they different, or is it a standard?
Well, the
guidelines?
deadlines are different, but the information and things that we do are the same. That's why we try to tell our clients to become a client now, because we're dealing with hundreds of people at one township. So we have 6 or 7 townships. It could be hundreds to thousands of clients that we have in 6 or 7 townships. So we always try to tell our clients to become a client now, so that we already have you in the system for whatever year it is, 2018, and you won't see the savings for Cook County until July 2019. Will County will all of them will see their savings on their first installment. All other non-Cook County properties will see their savings on their first installment bill.
Just got $4,000 back.
Yes.
And so she got new carpet already. She need a new carpet. She
Always
got
a
new
youth.
carpet. What else did my grandmother do? She got new carpet. I think she bought a new stove. You know, but she was just
wow.
grateful
Yeah,
to
yeah,
just have
yeah.
not $1,000, but God had blessed her with $4,000
Yes.
back.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
of some things was missing on her. She's 85 years of age.
Yes.
A lot of seniors is not aware that things is falling off and that their taxes is increasing, you know, and some of them, their mortgage is paid off and they still have to pay these high property taxes. But it is a solution.
Yes, yes.
It's always a solution to everything.
Right. Now, I use the term promulgate. We use that in the Navy. Do you promulgate information about reverse mortgages?
No, I don't.
Okay, because reverse mortgages is where the seniors, I guess, you know, they don't have money, so they
Borrow against their home.
borrow. Yeah, borrow is what it amounts to. Yeah.
No, I don't.
So that's not saving taxes. That's just reinvested your home, I guess.
Reinvest.
Yes, and
Just
their
put
taxes are
another
still on
mortgage
there.
on your home.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But you do help with quick claim deeds too, don't right, Nancy?
Well, no,
Not
not
really?
really. No,
Okay,
that's,
not
I
as
just want to make sure that they own the property when they're checking,
Okay.
when they're telling me that they own the property, yes.
Okay.
What are some of this game gets kind of interesting, challenging experiences, Sunday, that you've had?
With employees or helping one of the seniors?
Well, employees, that's another.
Okay,
That's another
because I have
show.
experience.
That's another show.
I can start. If anybody looking for a reality show for a call center, call me 877-232-5181, and we'll blow your mind. But no, we have so much fun. Of course, I celebrate every employee. But it was
Yeah.
an experience one day that the rep was on the phone talking to one of the seniors, and we was trying to give him the homemaking services, and he kept saying that his wife wasn't moving. She was just laying in a bed, and he was concerned. And so at the call center, not only do we help the homemakers, but the seniors, but we have a compassion for people. It's
Okay.
not about them. So we took that into consideration. Your wife is not moving. I mean, okay, what's going on? We didn't want to upset the senior. We asked for his son or daughter's phone number. We called the son and daughter, but we took measures and we called 911 as well. So we on the phone, we didn't let him get off the phone until that situation was settled. We heard the 911, the paramedics coming in, and then the son, and then we released the call. But the next day we found out that his wife was deceased that morning. And so some of the calls we have to deal with is very emotional, but again, that's what my rep's been trained to quickly deal with a situation and not just let the senior suffer and leave him like that, because he was devastated himself. So another one we heard, senior around Thanksgiving was eating cat food for Thanksgiving. I mean, so we have all type of horror stories, very emotional. Some of them falling down, can't get up. They get a call, and again, we send in paramedics, we send in a home. I mean, we're just making sure we can't reach everybody, but we're going to try our darndest to reach every senior. We do the calls when we have the calls coming in to make sure every senior is taken care of. Every
within her
homemaker
reach.
in my reach, absolutely. And if it's not in my reach, we're going to get somebody to make sure it's in our reach to help
Right,
them.
I understand.
Right. Can I add one other thing
Okay.
to also, Mr. Brooks? I do want to mention that all of our clients have attorney representation. So that adds to the credibility of the file and the appeals and the assessment process. So we do want to make sure that all of our clients know that you will be represented by an attorney.
That's another cost, though.
No, it's no.
Is there a
it's no
percentage there,
additional
the attorney, in appeals process?
cost. No, it's no additional fee for the attorney.
It's part of the whole package.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
there's a package there.
Yes, it's part of the package.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you've had a lot of challenging experiences.
Oh, of course, of course. You know, we've had people who have lost their homes because of it. We had people that helped save their homes because of lowering their property taxes. They wouldn't have been able to afford it.
Yeah.
We have gotten property taxes down to zero because the assessment was so high, and once we reduced it and made sure that we applied all of the missing exemptions, that client no longer had a tax bill. So we had clients that were so overwhelmed and happy because they were able to stay in their homes because of that. People are able to stay in their homes when they know they can afford it, and they can do the home health care because they can stay in their home and don't have to worry about moving out and going into a senior's home when they know they can afford the property taxes. Some people have paid their mortgage off, but they're still paying high property taxes. So
Wow, yes,
it's
right,
beneficial for the seniors to, you know, as Sunday said, you know, double check, make sure you're not overpaying as a senior as well. They do have a program in the state of Illinois where seniors don't have to pay property taxes.
Wow.
Yes.
That's an ancient Chinese secret, though. No, it's an ancient Chinese secret with the government. I mean, with the county, they don't tell people. A lot of people that, you know, if you're a senior and you're making a certain income, you don't have to pay property taxes.
Or if they disabled or veteran too, right, Nancy?
Disabled veterans with a 70% qualification do not have to pay property taxes. They changed that law in Illinois in 2015, whereas other states already had that as an exemption, that disabled veterans don't have to pay property taxes. The state of Mississippi, the state of Mississippi, seniors do not pay property taxes. That's why a lot of people move down south because they don't pay property taxes. So they put in their work, they paid a lot, you know,
Yes.
your income is smaller, so
Right.
why not give the seniors a break?
Great, yes.
So that's why a lot of people are moving out, and I'm here to help people to stay with their properties.
I was wondering, I'm glad you brought that up, why so many people going back south.
That's one of the
You
reasons.
know, they're going in droves, you know,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
forth, you know.
So we can make Illinois a great state again.
That's why they going down
We can
there.
make Illinois a great state again.
Our
Just-
small businesses are
Yes.
suffering because of,
Yes.
you know, if everybody is leaving, you're not patronizing the businesses, and a lot of businesses is closing. So we need
Right.
to keep everybody here, lower their property taxes,
Yes.
and keep the small business going because we employ people. We get people
Yes.
off of link of unemployment that's suffering, you know, but if everybody's leaving, small businesses is shutting down.
Well,
So it's a
what is
domino
your
effect.
ultimate goal?
My ultimate goal,
Say another, 5 years, 10 years?
hopefully
Leave.
to put thousands of people nationwide to work. But in order to do that, of course, you need contracts. So if
Yeah.
it's businesses out there, again, that's looking for a small call center to take their calls, guess what? You can put, I don't care if you put one person to work, you can put
Yeah.
2 people to work, you know, or 3 people to work. Or again, if you have an overflow, you're losing the customers because they're staying on hold for the longest, and that's kind of poor customer service because that person been on hold for 45 minutes. But if you have a small company that's taking those calls, and then we have another situation where if a call center is all the way in Schaumburg, and a lot of people don't want to drive all the way to Schaumburg, and we all the way in Homewood, you know, them companies that's so far out, you could give us a contract. We could still put a lot of people to work because a lot of people, by the time they drive to Schaumburg, they get their check. That's hell for the money and their gas. You know what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
so we're just looking to increase with more businesses who's looking for a small call center to increase to grow Illinois back again, you know, or different states, Texas, Dallas. I mean, our call center could take calls nationwide. So it's not just Illinois. We can take it from the moon. If it was a call center up in the moon or a company in the moon, we could take the calls from the moon.
Well, people get in there if they can afford to cost. They're thinking about going to the moon.
Right.
Right.
Well, tell us about the two of you. How did you hook up and the advantage of being together? I know both of you have your own not-for-profit,
Yes, sir.
Services and so forth, but the advantages of hooking up there. Because
Well, I think-
it's very important.
Well, there's power in agreement. Two is better than one.
Yes.
Two are better than one. Let me be grammatically correct. Two are better than one. And so Sunday and I have like minds. We have a passion for people, homeowners, seniors, disability. We both, my mom and her grandmother would have been about the same age. So we have always been pillars of our families. We've always been, she and I, the people, even though I'm the baby, she's the second oldest, she's like the oldest, and I'm like the oldest. A lot of people look and lean to us for advice, for ministry, for prayer. And so our children go to their own Catholic school, well, not Catholic school,
Private
Christian
school.
school, private school. Yes, it's a Christian school. They go
Okay.
to school together, and we just partner with each other because we are like-minded. We have the same ideas, same drive, same growth, same
Yes.
determination, same love for God, and
Yes.
same desire to help people in spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, and monetarily.
Now, what would you like to be in another 10 years?
5-10 years, I would like to be the next H&R Block of property taxes.
Yes.
So just like H&R Block, Jackson Hewitt, you can see one on every commercial
Every corner, pretty much. yeah.
So
Right.
would love to have that. I have an ironclad system that can produce those type of numbers once the volume comes in. We do have an excellent system, and so that's my goal because you
It's
don't
needed.
have that.
Yes.
I would like to say this, though. There are three types of people in the
Okay.
world. There are those that make things happen. You've probably heard that before.
Yes.
Well, for my listening audience that may not have heard it, there are those that I tell you before, you already knew it.
I already heard about
You already
it.
heard
yes.
about it. Those that make things happen, those that watch things
Watch
happen,
things happen.
and those that wonder what's
I
happening.
wonder what happened.
So I would say both of you are people that make things
Make
happen.
things happen. Yes.
And this is very important
Yes, it is.
that you can't sit back and say, well, I need someone to help me and this type of thing. Like the man sitting on the side of the road, how many years said for people to come and help him,
Help
and
'em. And
Yeah,
they
he
sent the
sent-
helicopter, they
They
sent
sent
the
the
boat.
boat,
and
and they
then- what
sent
else
the
they
car. Wait, they sent. Well, that's in the boat. They sent the
They
boat,
sent three
helicopter, and a big ship. I think they sent the ship.
I'm not sure
They
what
sent
it
the
is.
little boat, the sailboat. He said no, and they sent the helicopter. Then he got to heaven, and he said, "God, why are you forsaking me? You know, I'm sitting up here, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you." And God said, "I sent 3 people to help you. That was me. You know."
That's me.
And so
Right,
that's what
right,
God.
right,
He sent
right.
people to help, and
He
so it's
sent
up to
people to
you to decide if you want the help or not. But He's sending
He sent
you to
us-
help.
And
You-
I say, and my motto is all the time, Jesus had 12 disciples,
Okay.
and to help him change the world.
right.
So Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, none of them did it on their own.
Right.
Everyone started off with the vision and a dream, imagining what they wanted, and then they had teams that come with them to help them. No man is an island. You
Right,
need
need-
help and support from other people. If Jesus can do it
Needed help.
and needed
Yeah.
help, hey,
All right. Okay, fantastic. I like the way both of you think on your feet. And this is another criteria, too, of success, being able to think on your feet, right?
yes, yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
there.
Thank you.
Tell us about the significance of the name First Star Management.
Well, we was thinking about the star that was in the sky, the first star
Okay.
when Jesus was born. It
Star
represents the
anise.
star. Yes. And so I wanted to keep it on that, not too spiritual, but not too business. I wanted to bring it together first, the first star. And then the management group we can handle different multitude of different entities, different contracts, different non-for-profits, you name it. So I wanted to have a company umbrella that deals with multiple things that help the community, different type of services. I didn't want to just be one. I mean, you start off with helping, we're doing one thing, and then of course you spread out as you grow. You keep adding things that help. Because sometimes when you get a senior on the phone, could you do this, could you do that? You're like, oh no, wow. And then before you know it, you're adding a service because it's needed. It's not about you, it's about the community and about what other people need.
So what you I think hit the nail right on the head. You're thinking about, in other words, asking for people to help you. You providing opportunity to help others.
Yes.
Providing jobs.
I'm providing jobs and I'm providing a service at the same time.
Okay.
So again, I'm taking young people, or it can be, my oldest employee right now is 70 years of age, 73 years of age. So and my youngest is 16.
Okay.
So we take people who've never had any type of experience before, customer service, and we train them, to be able to speak, to be able to take a call, to be able to overcome, to be able to give the right information, to be able to learn how to email, social media. So we're taking that individual who have no training, just only high school training, and we're teaching them a trade. My senior, that's 70 years of age, who take our calls, seniors can relate to her, because they hear when she's on the phone, and she's helping these seniors, they like, oh my God, they got a senior and they want a job.
Okay.
Because you're never too old. Some people retire and they get bored and they want to come back to work, and so we provide a job for the seniors. They come to work every day. That's why I like dealing with seniors too. They come to work every day. Maybe the younger people might take off more, but the seniors come to work every day. So again, we deal with from 16 years of age to 70 years of age of providing a job for all type of people.
I'm thinking of seniors in high school, not sure about what they would like to do. What would you recommend as a curriculum for those students in high school?
I would recommend, which is what I took, Business 101, computers, typing,
Yes.
communications,
Yes.
general office education.
Okay.
So those are main, but yet general businesses, general courses that they can take, so that they can,
Their skills too.
be successful. And those type of skills you can use on any job.
Yes.
Communications, you have to type
Type
on anything
thing.
because everything at the job, every business has a
Requires
computer.
some type of,
Okay.
You have to have some type of knowledge of office ethics and etiquettes, and just knowing how to maneuver and navigate through, a business. So, and then Business 101, just a general about business itself.
A little.
The type of entities that you should form, the type of the relationships, how to write a contract. All those things are in Business 101. So those are the classes that I took in addition to office education. I was formerly an executive assistant 23 years downtown in corporate America. I worked for formerly Amoco, now BP. I worked for the world's largest law firm, Baker & McKenzie. I worked for Aon Corporation, and then I worked for Northern Trust. So those companies helped me to start my own business. So the training that I received in high school and then at Robert Morris University and then on my job helped me to start my own business. So there was some training. I just didn't start off becoming a real estate investor and then property tax owner. This was something that I was called to do and came to do because of my lifestyle. So a lot of things that I do is because I worked at corporate America that I was able to be more successful in some things.
So Robert Morris University is right next door here to Comcast, so then it wasn't new for you, right?
No,
Because you used to
no.
work for.
No, I went downtown.
Right,
Downtown
right,
Chicago,
right,
yes.
right,
Downtown
right,
Chicago,
right.
yes.
I guess it's a branch out here.
Yes, a
then,
branch.
right,
Yeah,
right,
they have a
right.
few branches, so yeah.
I mention that because the high school student may not realize whatever job that they have, if it's McDonald's or whether it's maybe being a shoe salesman or what have
Right.
you, all those add up to in his you never know what may happen. I started out, the only thing I had in business was typing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And from typing, I went, ended up here this many years later doing something I never even dreamed about I would be doing. Well, I dreamed about it because
Right.
I used to watch TV and watch anchors and so
Right.
forth
So the
and
dream
say,
came true.
yeah, right. So being a counselor and the teacher and everything, every little
Fall in
job I
place.
had kind of add to my repertoire, you know. So as you and I mentioned about high school students, stay in school
Stay in school, please.
and try
Yes.
to learn as
Much
much
as
as
you
you
can.
can,
Yes,
and what
you can.
all
Especially
the areas, because you
communication.
never know what
All
areas.
areas.
Customer service, the respect. Customer
Yes.
service is so important.
Mm-hmm,
The way how you just speak to people,
Yes.
Okay.
with a positive personality, that says a lot.
And Sunday and I, we both started working with the Social Security taken out of our check. I was 14, you were 15, right?
Right.
So we've been working at a very young age.
Yes,
Very
Long John
young
Silver's
age.
was my first job. I
Yeah.
worked at Long John Silver's. So happy for the opportunity. I worked at McDonald's.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I worked at
I worked at
McDonald's.
McDonald's too at 3 days.
Yeah, I was there for 2 weeks, Nancy.
3 days.
But that encouraged you
That
to
encouraged us,
do
yes.
do
And,
better
yeah,
things, you know.
ARI Travel, I'm still a real estate agent. I work for AT&T, one of the largest companies, that taught me about customer service, how to
Yes.
deal with the customers, multitasking, be able to sell everything under the sun, and still stay very professional. So I used to be so upset when I go through the drive-thrus and people were so unprofessional. And I'm like, I have to be taught, I have to do professional work, customer service every day at AT&T. But I said, now when I go
Okay.
to other places, they need the same training we need. So
Yes,
that's
they do.
that's so important. It can hurt a business, how people is presented when they come to your establishment.
And it's so important to become not profit. I keep leaning on not profit too, because people look at it as going into a profit-making business. But there's so many advantages for not-for-profit.
Oh, yes, so
Yes.
many advantages.
Because you actually can be on a payroll for not-for-profit.
You sure
Yes.
can.
You know,
Yeah,
so-
if you have a large enough establishment, you can be on a board and help make decisions and things of that nature. So, and then you can get grants from the different other organizations.
Oh, yes, fine.
And
Okay.
then, of course, donations, and of course, they're all they're all tax write-offs. So, if you own a nonprofit and someone donates to you, you can give them, their form at the end of the year, letting them know that their donations made
a difference.
Made a
yeah.
difference on their taxes. So,
Yeah, and on someone's life.
and
by
someone's life,
donating.
of course,
Yes.
absolutely.
Okay, well, the difference you're making on people's life with First Star now, we want to go into, wind it up with that. How would you make a person's life better? And I know this can go on forever, but I just want you briefly say, how would you make a summary, I guess? How would you
Again,
make
which,
people's
are
life
you
better?
speaking of like employment, of hiring people to get them off the street, homeless people, felons, or are you talking about the customer itself with the homemaking, or are you talking about both?
Well, we're both. We might as well cover both.
Well, first of all, I'm grateful to be able to have a call center to employ people. I
Okay.
worked for a call center again with AT&T for years, and I always wanted to have an establishment to bring people in, to train, and to get them off the street. I know that it's hard living on a one paycheck to paycheck, or getting a Social Security check or unemployment check or a link card, and there's a lot of people who fall off on hard times and just
Yes.
need an opportunity to start over. And so I'm grateful that God has put me in position to employ. I don't have to turn around anybody if I choose not to. If they need a job and they are trainable, we're willing to work with all people. I mean, we have factory contracts for the ones who don't want the call center jobs. So we have the factory contracts, we have the call center contracts, of course, and then we have the homemaking contracts as well. And so that allowed me again to sleep at night because I'm doing God's will. It says in the Bible, if a man is hungry, feed him. And, you know, if he need clothes, dress him. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm trying to do the will of God, you know, and making sure that his people is taken care of. And then also dealing with the seniors, making sure that, you know, when they get home from the hospital, that they not lonely and they not isolated and they can't help themselves go to the washroom or can't cook for themselves or anything like that because of their illness or their conditions. Because sometimes when you come out of surgery, you just can't do anything. And sometimes a lot of people don't have the family to help.
Right.
And if they do have the family still have to go to work. So
Yes.
somebody need to be there during the day.
You can only stay in rehab so long.
You only can stay in rehab so
Absolutely.
long, you only can stay in the
Absolutely.
hospital so long, you still have to come home, you still have to deal with those issues. And so we're changing lives by helping people get better, one senior at a time.
All right.
And I know Nancy can add to that and helping people with making their checks
Oh, making it, yeah.
longer, you
Yes,
know.
yes, yes, yes.
And
by
That's doing that too,
Lowering
yes.
their-
Yes,
lowering
the
their-
tax.
lowering their mortgage payments and just making them stay in their homes longer. And making them feel good about, you know, keeping money in their pocket, being able to
Yeah.
to know that they're paying their fair share on their property taxes
Yes.
and they don't feel like they're, you know, overburdened with their property taxes or any type of taxes. Because we don't want to feel like we're burdened with another tax. And so we are in existence because we want to make sure that property owners don't overpay in property taxes and paying their fair and equitable share. So I think it's a benefit overall for all of our property owners, residential, commercial properties, they can continue in business.
Yes.
A lot of people wonder why the prices go up on businesses or why they leave town. It's because the property taxes, it's not always, you know, the supply and demand of the product. Is because their expenses and their overhead is so high, and that is property taxes. So they can stay in business. They can employ other people like
Yes.
Sunday at the call center because they're paying a decent share in their
Yes.
property taxes. So they're not being taxed out of their properties.
I was thinking too, another element there is writing your resumes. In other words, we talked about accumulating all this information and training and so forth, but you're going to have training in documenting the information to get the job, right?
Absolutely.
If you cannot document it, you still got a problem.
Yes, yes.
So there's a service of what I might say, well, grant writing would be one, but resume writing.
Resume
Do you
writing.
guys have any opportunity to get involved with that, with resume writing?
Well, I personally,
Or assisting people with that?
I've been helping people with their resumes for 20 years because I was an executive assistant.
Ah.
You know, executive assistant is just the difference between a low-paid secretary and a high-paid secretary. So I
Okay.
started off typing. So over the years, working for corporate America, people would always ask me to help them with their resumes. And so that's something I've been doing for a while, how to format it, what to say, how to make
Yeah,
your
yeah,
resume relevant to the company and not just send out a mass resume. You have to do your research on the company. You have to include that in a cover letter. You have to know their sales. You have to know their mission. You have to know their goals. So in order for you to do your resume, you have to make sure that you incorporate that in your resume and in your cover letter. Most people send out resumes without a cover letter.
Yes.
And they don't even include anything about the company. They just say, what me,
What I can do.
and nothing about the company. So that's one of the things that I incorporated in my resume styles because a lot of times people don't know how to write a resume. They don't know what to put on there. They're putting that they worked at McDonald's and they're trying to get a job at
Burger King.
Best Buy.
Best
But
Buy.
if you had something at McDonald's that pertained to what they're asking for, you highlight that information. You don't highlight that you flip burgers.
Right.
You highlight that you was on the cashiers
Sure.
and that you were doing scheduling, because you're looking for a position at Best Buy that maybe is a management position or operations or things of that nature. So you have to make sure that your resume makes sense.
Yes.
So I've been doing that for a while, but
Well, I'm trying to get a grant for that for the young people or for anybody for the resume writing, computer training. So I'm trying to find a grant right now. So if somebody out there that can write a grant for that, please.
I'm glad
call
you
me.
mentioned computer training.
Yes.
Because things have changed so much. I mentioned in the beginning I started with the typewriter, but now it's all computers. So
All
you
computers.
will have to know computers.
Computers. You have to. I mean, there's no way around it.
Even to get a job in the warehouse, you're going to have to know how to
Document it.
find the item in the
Yep,
warehouse.
in the warehouse.
And to log in and log out
Yes.
and so
Right,
forth
right.
and
So,
so
so
forth.
everything computer has changed the world
Yes.
of industrialization. You know, it's part of the job now.
yes,
Yes.
IT, technology.
Right. So.
Unless the robots take over, we won't have to know any of that anymore.
We'd be put out of work pretty much, right? Please don't let the robots take over. Only on certain things, yes.
Right.
I know we try to encourage students to stay in school because even preparing for GED preparation, they have the computer.
Yes.
Oh, and even applying for a job, even.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to be able to
everything
go
is
on.
They don't take paper applications
No,
anymore.
everything
No,
is
everybody,
computers.
yeah, everything is computer or emailing.
Upload.
and email, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have enjoyed Sunday Williams. We've covered a lot of territory, and she's the CEO of the First Star Management Group. And also Nancy Johnson, also a CEO of Property Tax
Reduction service.
Reduction Service. Okay,
Yes,
thank you very
yes,
much.
yes,
You know,
Property tax reduction service.
they have traveled from Homewood, Illinois, to promulgate information about the services that they render. And we hope that you have got their email and services so that you may contact them for future services to help your business, whether it's large or small. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Community Forum. My name is Dr. Waddell Brooks Sr., your host.